Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Storytime. It's Miss Marie, and we're going to start with a silly song. You gotta shake, shake, shake the sillies out. You gotta shake, shake, shake the sillies out. You gotta shake, shake, shake the sillies out. And wiggle that waggle away. We're gonna clap, clap, clap the crazies out. We're gonna clap, clap, clap the crazies out. We're gonna clap, clap, clap the crazies out and wiggle that waggle away. We're gonna jump, jump, jump the jiggles out. We're gonna jump, jump, jump the jiggles out. We're gonna jump, jump, jump the jiggles out and wiggle that waggle away. Now that I got you all stirred up and ready to move around, we're gonna sit down and listen to a story. Miss Marie is so funny. It is October. We are almost through with October, and we are going to have a book today about firefighters because this is Fire Safety Month. If you got your packet, there's some fire safety sheets in it. We still have a few if you'd like to come and pick some up. So I got to put on my hat. Boys and girls, I read this book every year. It's by someone named Thomas Troop, and it is a capstone publication, and I like it because it's a red-headed girl that's a firefighter. Red-headed girl. Just goes to show you can be anything you want to be. So this particular book, the firefighter is wearing a yellow helmet. A yellow helmet. And we've talked about how sometimes fire trucks, most of the time they're red, but sometimes they're yellow. They can be white. And there is some that are a kind of very interesting sort of lime green. Just depends on what the county and the city want to do when they buy their trucks. And fire trucks are very, very expensive. So this is if I were a firefighter. If I were a firefighter. If I were a firefighter, I would save people and their houses from fire. And there's the hose spraying the water. If I were a firefighter, I would be ready for any emergency. And some nights I would sleep at the fire station. The fire alarm rings, clang, clang, clang. Everybody gets up quick and hurry, hurry, hurry. If I were a firefighter, I would slide down the pole. The fire trucks would be waiting downstairs. I would jump into my boots, pull up my fire pants, slip on my heavy fire coat, the helmet, the mask, and the gloves. Now, boys and girls, they do not have poles in the fire stations anymore. Some fire stations actually have a slide that the firefighters go down the slide because they can get down that faster than if they have to go down a bunch of stairs. And you definitely don't have time to wait on the elevator. But they don't have poles anymore. They had a lot of accidents. Yep. If I were a firefighter, I would pass out flashlights to the other firefighters, and I would grab the walkie-talkies so they can talk to each other. Masks and the heavy air tanks on our back protect us from breathing smoke. You don't want to breathe smoke and get it in your lungs. But it's kind of hard to talk when you've got that heavy mask over your face. We've learned how to talk with masks. Yes, we have. If I were a firefighter, I would drive the fire truck. We would race through the streets with the lights flashing and the loud sirens, and the horns would tell cars to move out of the way. Honk, honk. Yes, indeed. Boy, that is a loud, loud noise. Yep. If I were a firefighter, I would park the fire truck near a fire hydrant. fire hydrant. Can you see that, boys and girls? Right there. And I would connect the big hose to the hydrant, and then the hydrant would put the water on the fire. Some trucks are called pumper trucks, and they have a water tank, and they can pump the water out of the tank that's part of the truck. And some trucks are smaller, and they have a lot of ladders. Some of them have the ladder that goes way up high. Yep. We've had firefighters come to the library and do demonstrations for us. Maybe we'll get to do that. I'll have to call next door and see what we can do. Okay. If I were a firefighter, I would dash up the ladder to rescue people trapped upstairs. Remember what was in Clifford's book? I would pull them out the windows, and I would carry them down the ladder to safety. Clifford did that. That was in Storytime for Wednesday, if you didn't get to see it. If I were a firefighter, I would chop through doors with an axe to get inside the burning house. I would rush in and blast the fire with water and foam. Psst. Yep. So they've got their oxygen tank and their masks, their heavy gloves. Now they're back at the fire station, and they've washed the truck off, and they've rolled up the hose, and they've restocked the truck with anything it might need, because if I were a firefighter, I would always be ready for another fire. Clang, clang, clang goes the alarm. Here we go again. Being a firefighter could be dangerous work, but many people look to firefighters to save them and their homes from fire. It would be nice to feel like a hero. It might be nice to be one. So there's that firefighter. And you never know, boys and girls, when you grow up, you might be one. You could be. And they go to school and they practice and they have to exercise, and we see them out here in front of the library walking, and they're all in their turnout gear, and they've got their fire equipment with them and their oxygen tank, because they got to be strong to carry that oxygen tank. They got to be strong to use that fire hose. Fire hose with a lot of water in it is very heavy. We're just going to have to see about going next door and getting a video. Okay, let's have, excuse me, a fall pumpkin book, because you know it's my favorite time of year. All right. Welcome, Fall Pumpkins. Now, this is a little book. Marilyn Easton, it's a scholastic. It's got some pretty pictures in it. And it tells us some things about pumpkins. It tells us some things about pumpkins. Pumpkins can be different sizes. They can be different colors. You've heard me talk about white pumpkins. They can be green. Sometimes they're little bitty, and sometimes they're really, really big. Some places have contests and competitions to see who can grow the biggest or the prettiest or the heaviest pumpkin. You just never know. All right. So a pumpkin, believe it or not, is a type of fruit. It is not a vegetable. Did you know that? Did you know that tomatoes are not a vegetable? They're a fruit. Isn't that a pretty pumpkin? Look at all the pumpkins. Look, boys and girls. They come in all different colors and shapes and sizes. See the green ones? And some pumpkins, there they are. They're white. A white pumpkin has a special name. It's called Lumina. Lumina. Lumina sounds like lunar. Look at that pumpkin. There's a big one and there's a little one. Look at this one with the funny neck on it. Can you see that? How about that? Some pumpkins are small, others are big. Now, didn't I tell you that sometimes people try to grow to see the biggest or the heaviest? This pumpkin got first place and it weighed over 1,000 pounds. That would be like, oh, I don't know, about 5 or 6 really big football players and all of their heavy gear, or 5 or 6 firemen and all of their heavy gear, all together, 1,000 pounds. I don't think they're going to cut that up and make it into a jack-o'-lantern. I don't think so. But that one got first place. The record is 1,810 and a half pounds. 1,810 and a half pounds is the biggest pumpkin, according to this book. The outside of a pumpkin is hard. This part is called the rind. On the top is the stem. How about that? The inside of the pumpkin is filled with mushy, yucky, wet pulp and seeds. The inside is also where the meat of the pumpkin is. And that's the part that you use for food. Pumpkin bread, pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice cupcakes, pumpkin latte. Oh boy, I guess I better stop. I'm getting hungry. Silly Miss Marie. In the spring, a pumpkin seed is planted in the dirt. And soon a sprout comes up. The sprout gets bigger, and then it becomes a pumpkin vine, and it has green leaves and a yellow flower. The pumpkin needs lots of water to get bigger and bigger and bigger. See, there's the vine and the yellow flower. Is a pumpkin in the squash family? I think it is, maybe. We'll have to look that up, because that looks like a squash flower, doesn't it? Each of the flowers has tiny little buds at the bottom, and that's the baby pumpkin. They get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Look at that. That one's wet. Can you see the water on it? I guess it rained. Or maybe they watered it. In the fall, the pumpkins are finished growing and ready to harvest. It gets cut from the vine, and the part of the vine that's still attached is the stem. I have something to hold on to. At Halloween, some people carve faces into the pumpkins and they call it a jack-o'-lantern. You can put a candle inside or a little flashlight and make it glow in the dark. Some people use pumpkins for soup and even pancakes, not just pumpkin pie. And you can toast the seeds and make a really good snack. Toasted pumpkin seeds. You look in some of those snack things that have, like, not necessarily granola, but some of those little bars that have nuts in them, and see if you can find pumpkin seeds. Pumpkins can be bought in the grocery store, Walmart, Kroger, or on a farm. And then next spring, those pumpkin seeds will get planted and more pumpkins will grow and be ready for harvest. How about that? Isn't that a pretty picture? I like both of those. Look at the striped one. I don't think they painted it. I think it grew that way. How about that? How about that? Look at that big, huge pumpkin farm. So welcome fall, welcome pumpkins. I hope you will come and see us here at the library. Miss Murray's put out some new books, and we're getting ready for the holidays. We're going to have our craft packet for Thanksgiving done in about a week. So we'll have some pilgrim activities, and we'll have some Thanksgiving things. And I'm just looking forward to seeing you soon.
And happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. That's Sunday. Here we are on Friday. And y'all have a great weekend. Come and see us. Bye-bye.